right, here we go. Take number 3.
Yo, part 3. Right. Take number 3.
Yeah. That's how it be sometimes.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
You know, definitely some hell yeah. Some strange energy going on, bro.
Yeah. It's all good.
Strange energy going on in the atmosphere right now.
Let's take off. Let's bust through it. You know what I mean?
That's all we can do. That's all we can do is bust through this crazy ass madness out here, bro. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get that intro.
All right, let's get it.
Let's get that intro knocked out, bro.
All right.
Welcome to the Unchained podcast, you guys. Welcome to the Unchained podcast. Hold on a second.
Man, this is funny. This episode is having we're having some technical difficulties, you guys. You know, life is happening, but you know, it's all good.
I'm back.
It's all
my
good.
son decided he want to be. What's going on with all these distractions about here, bro?
He's going crazy over there.
Good grief. Yeah, you better calm that shit down. All right. Try this again.
All right.
Welcome to the Unchained podcast, everybody. This is your boy SpiritWar Martin, along with his podcast partner Sebastian, who we always put God first and become your inner lion in this crooked matrix of spiritual warfare. Boy, listen here.
How was your day, man?
Man, it's been pretty good. You know, I can't complain. You know, been chilling with my son, you know, and just been, chopping it up with my son and just playing with him. And we ate some popcorn together earlier, and it was pretty cool. And watched some, what was it like? It's called Tekken anime cartoon. It was actually pretty interesting on Netflix.
Yeah. That sounds nice, man. That's
just been kicking it.
Beautiful, low-key.
Facts, bro. Just been
definitely sounds beautiful.
For sure, bro. I'm just grateful. You know, grateful for being in this spot that I'm in. You know, just being a single father and being on this SR journey too. You know, it's all self-development along with helping me become a better dad out.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It's hard for me to relate because I don't have kids, and I really want to relate. You know, I got you, and then I got my buddy Mark, who has a 3-year-old now too. So, you know, 2 of my best friends right now both have kids and shit, and I can't even relate to them. So it's just, I'm sitting here stuck. I'm just like, I don't even know what you guys are going through.
Well, you know, the time will come, you know, on God's timing, the time will come for you too, bro.
Right? Yeah, I'm low-key jealous, you know? Sometimes I'm just like, man, I want a little mini me running around and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah, most definitely. It's a beautiful thing, but man, it keeps you busy, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty much the synopsis that I get from people is like, they're like, because every time I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous, it sounds, you know, so beautiful and magical and all this, you know, and they're like, yeah, but it's a lot of work. That's usually what people tell me.
It is, bro. It's a lot of work and a lot of patience because, you know, kids, they get upset a lot, you know, and you have to be patient and, you know, be able to take care of that with patience, you know. it comes with a lot of work, you know.
Yeah. I can
That's,
imagine. I'm trying to prep myself, as best as I can, try to learn and try to, you know what I mean, get myself ready for it, I mean, and I know that it's one of those things where, you'll cross that bridge when you get there, but, I'm just trying to understand, you know what I mean?
most definitely, man. And when it comes the time for you to have one, you can always come to, Mark or me for advice.
Right. And you guys are going to already be veterans and be like, damn.
Yeah. Time is not getting any slower. It seems like it's just getting faster, bro.
Yeah, my mom actually said that to me today. She's like, time is moving too fast. My mom sent me that text this morning. She said, time is moving too fast. I'm like,
It's the truth. Time is moving too fast. It seems like it is going faster, actually, on some crazy stuff,
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it is. I don't know if these elites or whoever's running the world is speeding it up, or God is speeding it up, or something. Turn the dial just a little bit. Turn it a notch up so it's like a little bit faster.
Right. It definitely seems like, damn near everything is almost under some type of operation or some type of, simulation program, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody somewhere has like a a knob that they're turning to speed up the rotation of the earth. You feel me?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so bizarre in this firmament that we live in, my boy.
Yeah, who knows? I don't put anything past God and the powers that be, right now, because, of all this crazy shit that's going on. Once you see things for how they really are, it helps you understand the state of, the planet that we are on, and how, it's just a fucked up. We live in a really fucked up place. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have any type of God or spirituality in place, it can take you out. It can literally take you out to where you want to kill yourself.
Yes, it will. Because it's very important to always put God first, and shit, nowadays be on semen retention so you can be able to be connected with God and the universe and have divine protection, especially in modern day today, because it's very demonic and satanic out here. And like you said, man, if you're not connected with God, you're on unaligned, unrighteous pathway, you end up possibly taking yourself out, bro.
I was just talking with someone, a close friend. It's actually a female that I've known since like 2012, and I got sober with her. And she was basically just telling me how she actually just decided to get sober again. I'm not going to mention her name or anything, obviously. I don't know if she listens. I don't know if she'd be offended by me talking about this. I don't think so, but she was basically just saying that, like, before she got sober this time, that she wanted to end her life as well. And that had me shook, bro, because this girl is like, she's a sweetheart, man. You know what I mean? She's just like, she's a really good girl. And just hearing that out of her mouth, I was just like, damn. You know what I mean? It can happen to anybody out here.
It'll happen to people that you at least expect. This spiritual warfare is very strong now. It's stronger than ever now, bro. And it's a lot of people out here who are going through something, but they gotta put a mask on and make it seem like shit is okay, and that's not a good go about shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to talk about things that's going on with you so you can get it off your chest and off your throat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you bottle that shit up, you know, this goes for men and women out there. You know, bottle these emotions up and not on them, or you know, even speak to God about it. You know, if you ain't got nobody around you, people forget that you have God, the universe, because it listens. Speak to it.
Yeah, bro. So this actually, transitions right into our first topic of the night, and I'm just gonna bust it open. So the first topic that we got, bro, is called connecting with God is a blessing, but it's also very heartbreaking. So, do you understand what I mean by that?
Yep. I know exactly what you mean. Want me to go into it first?
Yeah, go ahead.
From my personal experience, connecting with God is beautiful because he's given me the confidence. He's given me a high level of self-awareness. He gave me a high level of self-love, equipped me with this ability to feel people's energy now and, you know, be disciplined, you know, and obviously, you know, he's proud that I'm on semen retention, you know, and, you know, he brought me closer to my family again, you know, because looking at my old self when I was getting blackout drunk and taking a lot of substance in, I kind of like drifted away from my family, you know, my mom and my brother and them and all that stuff. And, you know, connecting with God has definitely brought some beautiful things in life. You know, he's helping me become a better father out here, you know, and that's the beautiful side. And then the heartbreaking side, that is taking that red pill and you start seeing life for what it really is. You know, you see how this out here program, and you see how a lot of foods are messing people up. You see how social media is messing a lot of people up. You see how these devices out here are messing a lot of people up. You know, you see that everything is basically almost, you know, damn near a giant robotic program. And a lot of us people out here are unaware of this. We're just living life, you know, living life like it's just normal when it's not at all. We have to wake up and, you know, wake up and see what the hell is really going on out here, because it's some bizarre shit out here where we live, bro. Straight up. And from my personal experience, yeah, you know, it breaks my heart. Breaks my heart seeing that there's people out there who are unaware of what's really going on out there, and also it's people out there who are aware but they just accept it.
It's almost like they don't have enough self-awareness to even like get to this point, you know, where we're at, where we can talk about it like this, you know, identify it and you know, realize that it's all like a large chunk of the normalized stuff that's going on is actually like super detrimental to humanity.
Fact.
Man. Yeah, and I mean, I totally agree with everything you say. You know, it's like, you know, when you get this connection with God, you know, he blesses you with, yeah, like you said, all of these spiritual gifts and confidence, self-esteem, self-love, all this stuff goes up. But another thing that he blesses you with is discernment. And once you get hit with that discernment, you know, you see everything that's going on out here. So it's just like, man, you know, it's
a double-edged sword, bro.
For real. I mean, it's just like before, you know, my old self, it's almost like, you know, I could notice a lot of the negative stuff that was going on, but now it's at a whole nother level. It's almost like, it's literally it's almost like I can detect literally everything. Like it's almost like, I can see things for what they are, and now I can label them as like, something that will help me and something that's good for me, and then things that are detrimental to human beings, and humanity. And yeah, you listed a lot of them, bro. A lot of this stuff is normalized. So a lot of this stuff that we're talking about that's killing us is, to a lot of people, is just common activities and common things like the phones and the internet, and yeah, all the processed food, the celebrities, the idolatry, all this type of stuff. You know what I mean? It's just regular information and regular things to people. Most people would hear this conversation and think that we're like crazy, or that we've gone too far with the God stuff. They're like, oh, like phones aren't that bad, or celebrities aren't bad, but people are just kind of like walking around sleep to a lot of this stuff. So it's heartbreaking, to realize that, like we're the ones that are being shown this information, but it's also a lonely realization because we realize that there's not a lot of people that have this information as well. So, it becomes our duty to kind of be, inspiring and help people because we have this information. But yeah, it's heartbreaking because there's so many people, and even, my close friends, my family members, now that I'm this new version of myself, I go, now I go and interact with them, and I can see, I can see the red flags pop up in real time, and it definitely, it breaks my heart. You know what I mean? Because I see a lot of people still stuck in a lot of this like detrimental behavior and ways of thinking and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, it's way more obvious, especially when you're operating with a sober mind and connected with God out here, and don't seem to return to, or you's a bad dude out here, and it's very heartbreaking, man, when you just see this type of stuff, because you want everybody to do good, you know what I'm saying? But it's up to them. It's up to them to want to do better, good, and just, it's a lot of people who just don't want to. That just want to be stuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, just accept it for what it is and be stuck and not, better ourselves out here, to become better so we can find purpose in life.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, a lot of people just rather be stuck in that comfort zone, as I call it, because living this life that we're in, it's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable journey. Walking that lonely spiritual pathway, and you want everybody to be woke to it, but everybody's not meant for it.
Exactly. And the hardest part is that they, people will look at us like we're crazy, when we're talking about, truth.
Yeah, of course. I get looked at crazy when I speak about the truth of things, but do I care? No, because when it comes to people, I don't put people first. I put God first.
Right.
So people's opinion don't matter. Their opinion is not me. Facts.
Yeah, and that means like, that God, when you really start to experience God and you start putting God first, he changes everything. He totally flips your whole life around. He doesn't play any games as far as like, oh, I'm gonna change, a couple things here and there. He changes everything. So, you got to cut some people off. You got to stop going places you used to go. You got to change everything, bro.
Yeah, you got to change the whole swagger, bro. You got to change the whole operation. You going from, let me see if I can come up with a good example of here. know, you go from, let's see here. I can't think of nothing right now, but yeah, it's basically like doing a 180, you know, and going in the opposite direction. Because, you know, the way we are, journey is basically like it's basically going backwards compared to everyone else.
Right.
Oh, because the way society is set up, you know, since we're not falling up under a lot of this toxic shit going on out here, we're basically walking back compared to everyone else. So they like look at us weird because we're not walking in the same direction program. You know, we're walking in a totally different direction because we're God in the universe, and there's others out there as well that can relate to this on their spiritual journey. But yeah, it's a very small number of us spiritual guys out here trying to help people who want to better themselves and get on the SR journey and get spiritual out here, you know?
Yeah. I'm grateful that I always had like a spiritual background, you know, before I went on semen retention. I've always been like a spiritual guy, you know, and I think I credit like psychedelics and, you know, definitely my mom and my uncle, as I was a kid, like before I ever did psychedelics or anything like that, you know. I remember going to church, and for some reason as a kid, I always had just like for some reason I just understood God. Like when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old, you know, I used to pray all the time, bro. I used to pray every night to Jesus when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old. And I remember I really believed in God. I would go to church twice a week, and you know, I would pray every night. I remember to God, and I was very connected with God as like a toddler, bro. Isn't that crazy? So like, and I remember like I had a very beautiful childhood. So, you know, it's just crazy. You know, I definitely got taken off the path at some point, you know, when I started getting influenced by the negative habits and people, and you know what I mean, as we get older, you know, we get exposed to all this stuff, and you know, it changes people. So I'm definitely grateful that I'm back to where I was as a kid. You know, now I see things, you know, see it very clear. You know, semen retention now has like catapulted me into a whole new area of motivation and focus, and just very driven, you know, now, and very aware of how powerful it is to take away lust, you know what I'm saying, as one of the deadliest sins that there is out there, you know what I'm saying. So as soon as you eliminate lust, you create a lot of power for yourself. You know, I know there's other sins that we need to get over as well, you know what I'm saying. There's 7 deadly sins, you know, the biggest ones, and lust is one of them. But I mean, it's very powerful. You know, semen retention is very powerful.
Yes, it is, bro. It's one of the most powerfulest things that I have come to realize. You know, and now looking as a kid, you know, we was on semen retention like crazy before we started, you know, fornicating on the porn sites and shit. You know. We was on SR like crazy as kids, bro. And now, you know, because when I was a child, I had a really good childhood too, because my grandmother was alive, and she made me, you know, pray before I went to bed. You know what I'm saying? And I went to Bible studies. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I studied every single book in the Bible, and I got in front of like a crowd of people and read off each book that was in the Bible in front of everybody as a kid, bro. So yeah, so I was destined to be where I am today. But after my grandmother passed away, I went down a dark path. You know, started getting intoxicated, trying to numb the pain of her passing away, because we had a hospice nurse, you know, come to our house because my grandma was stubborn, you know, very stubborn, didn't want to go to the hospital. So she wanted a hospital bed at the house. You know what I'm saying? And we had a hospital nurse come out and take care of her because she didn't want to go to no hospital. She wanted to be with us, the family. And I literally, while I watched her pass away in the room, you know what I'm saying? So watching her pass away, like, really, like, fucked me up mentally, and seeing that shit, you know, because my grandmother was somebody who I really loved, you know, and was like my second mom. You feel me? Because when my mom was working all the time, I was with grandma, you know what I mean? So after she after she passed away, you know, everything just went downhill for me, you know, and was getting intoxicated for years, you know, fornicating, and got into a toxic relationship and ended up having kids with the wrong person, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, ended up losing, got a job and ended up losing my job because of, you know, I just ended up losing my job because this individual was selfish, and I had to call off a lot and take care of my kids because they just didn't want to take care of my son and shit, you know, and ended up losing my job. And then that's when I started putting God first and got on semen retention, and literally time traveled back to that childhood energy, you know, that you know, as a grown man, you know, time traveled back to that spiritual feeling that we had as kids, bro. And it's one of the most beautifulest feelings ever as a grown man.
Right.
You know,
What'd you say?
I said I'm just grateful for going through all that, you know, grateful for going through all that darkness, and now I'm in the light, and I'm never going back to the darkness.
Yeah, bro, that's what it takes sometimes, you know, because I went through a nightmare as well, you know what I mean? And I can definitely relate with you because I've seen my pops pass away in the same way. You know, we had a hospice care set up at our house and stuff like that, and I watched him pass away too. So I definitely feel it. You know what you were saying, bro, as far as losing a loved one and watching them pass away. You know, that's very intense experience. You know, and that sent me into like a whirlwind myself. You know what I'm saying? But man, just the lessons that I've learned from all that and where I am now, I mean, it kind of all makes sense, you know what I mean? And it all makes sense, you know. That's crazy, too, that you were doing all that stuff as a kid, bro. You know, you were definitely a child of God at a young age, so this is all meant to be.
Yeah, I was definitely a child of God at a young age, man. I just didn't understand it until now, you know, because I had talked to my mom about this, and she literally said, she brought it up, you know, and then I had to think about it, and I was like, you know what, I remember that now, because it was like I had to pull it out of one of my memory folders. It was like in the back of my brain, but when she brought it up, I had to bring it back to the forefront. And yeah, you know, I had Bible study who was like literally working with me to study the book in the Bible, you know, and every single one, and got in front of everybody and read it off, you know, or said it, you know, said these Bible names in front of everybody, bro. And so yeah, you know, definitely a child of God, bro, and just straight away. And now I'm back. Yeah.
Man, that's beautiful. Now it all makes sense to me, bro.
Yep. You know, everything happens for a reason, bro, and everything makes sense. And everything is, you know, it's deep.
It's just, there's some people that are real deal children of God, and then there's other people that, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like both of us are like real deal, like we're part of the crew.
Yes, we are, you know, and it just shows from grew up and stuff, and it's like God let us go through that darkness to come into the light, and look at us now, bro. Oh,
yeah, he's got us on a path like a trajectory that is just crazy.
Yeah, you know, God is the real man, and He knows that we're, children of God, bro. Because as kids, we were tapped in, and now, after we basically got through all that darkness and got on semen retention, and just like how we were as kids, look at where we are now, man. It's literally like it's like a repeat, except we're grown-ups now, and God put us together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I truly believe that this is how we're supposed to be as men, and that's literally what God says too in the Bible, bro. We're supposed to be retaining. This is how we're supposed to be. This is how He designed us men to be. Literally, all of the men on the earth are supposed to be retaining, but obviously that didn't happen because the devil infiltrated, and now everybody's living in their lust. You know what I mean? With his punk ass. But like, this is how God wants us to be. We're supposed to retain. We're not supposed to be wasting our seed, you know what I'm saying, into a sock or a tissue or any of this bullshit. Even casual sex, you know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be nutting like that, bro. We're supposed to be using our nut to make other human beings. That's what He wants us to do, because when we retain it, that's how we become powerful. There's nutrients and powerful stuff inside of our semen, bro. I mean, it's facts.
Yeah, absolute facts, man. Your life force is vitamins and minerals, man. And when you busting that shit out, you're making your bones weak. You make your internal organs weak. You almost damn near change the color of your skin. You know what I'm saying? And you can't gain any muscle.
Your voice is higher. You don't have confidence. I mean, you have limited confidence. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When you retain, your confidence goes way up, and it's just like you almost can't control it. It's almost like a flip gets switched to where it's like you're like a new person. You know what I'm saying? With the energy flowing through your body and stuff, it's almost like you access like a new gear.
Yeah, it's the truth, man. Holding that truth or just controlling that sexual energy period is very powerful. Like it's what Jesus and God wants, man. It's for us to not be fornicating and wasting this Wi-Fi connection that we have in our body.
And on top of all these benefits that we get, He's also very pleased with us as we're doing this. So then He's blessing us with more spiritual gifts, more peace, more joy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be hooking us up, because He's proud of us. So that's another reason to retain.
Facts, bro. It makes Him proud. And you get hooked up and you get blessed, whether, spiritual, you get blessed spiritually. And you'll also bring some things into your life as well that'll bring you abundance,
Yeah. Certain people, like, how He introduced us to each other. Now we got a podcast. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I mean, this shit is real.
It's beyond real, bro. I'm just grateful, more than ever. Because looking at my old self, I didn't show no gratitude. Was just out here, just an evil ass zombie, bro. And going on semen retention has like woke me up. The Kundalini done traveled up through all 7 Dragon Balls, and I summoned the dragon, and now it's just very spiritual with everything now.
Yeah, man, that was a beautiful topic, bro. Appreciate everything that you had to share on that one. Are you ready to move on to our next one?
Do it.
All right, so the next one is called Energy Vampires, and I'll kind of open this up a little bit because I have, I know I told you about one of my roommates and shit, and there's a lot of people in my life that I noticed do this, but basically for the listeners, if anyone doesn't know what this means, an energy vampire is essentially somebody that drains you, for some reason, like, do you guys have anything anybody in your life that you go around and after you hang out with them, for some reason you just feel like drained mentally or spiritually. You know what I'm saying? I know that people can relate to this because I have a handful of people that I've had in my life, and I'm not gonna mention these people, but like even people close to me, bro. You know what I mean? And I really don't know if they know they're doing it or not. Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But some people just are like energy suckers, and you know, since going on semen retention and putting God first, you know, he's kind of exposed these people to me even more, and I'm trying my best to stay away from them because it's a serious thing, you know, and I really don't know if they know that they're doing it, but I mean, it's very like detrimental, and they just drain your energy, man. Like, I don't know, it's very hard to explain, but it's a negative experience when you're interacting with these people on a daily basis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Definitely detrimental to your energy, because I got some family members, bro, like you know, a cousin that likes to be on the phone a lot. You know, they claim they want to, you know, hang out and chill with you, but I remember one time I had this guy come over, right, and he talking about he want to chill, and I'm like, okay. The whole time he was on the damn phone, you know, and not conversating. You feel me? And
that's no good.
Yeah, as soon as he left, I felt like my energy was drained, and it was a waste of time, bro, because there was no social activity whatsoever. And when I talked to him, he would like look up from being stuck in the damn phone and would just say a few words and then go right back into that shit.
That is crazy, bro.
Like a damn.
I know. I have. Yeah, I have that. I've had that experience as well. Man, looking at my old self, I used to be like that sometimes, and that's sad to think about. But yeah, definitely. Certain people, man. You know, certain people just. You got to be careful. You know what I mean?
Their mannerisms and whatever they do, so you can be able to protect your energy. It's important to be aware out here of energy vampires, because there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, what I noticed today is the guy that's in my life currently that I believe is an energy vampire. You know, what I noticed is that he always leaves me feeling like guilty. You know what I'm saying? He'll always leave me with like a feeling of like that I'm doing something wrong. And I'm telling you, bro, it's not just sometimes. It's literally every single interaction we have. He does something, this like psychological mind game, to where he'll tell me something that he'll just let me know that something is wrong about what I'm doing. He'll just pass by me and he'll be like, what's up with this? You know, there's clothes on the floor of your room. You know, why didn't you make the coffee earlier? You know, you knew I was going to work. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And he's acting like it's just a nonchalant type thing, you know, like it's normal behavior, but he's just like subtly like draining my energy with like all this like this psychological shit.
Yeah. You know, more than likely he's not even aware of what he's doing. You know, this behavior that he's doing, that he keeps doing, it's just been programmed in his conscience, bro. You know, it's a part of who he is as a person, and he doesn't even notice what he's doing probably, bro. You know, but you're aware to it, you know, because it's draining your energy. And
yeah, I'm very aware.
Yeah, one of these days you have to tell him straight up about what he's doing and make him wake up to what he's doing, because he probably doesn't even know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's one of those things where like there's also some people that like, I feel like when you go around certain people, especially on semen retention, because you know our energy gets crazy, but like if you're going around and you're in a good mood and you're being positive and you're emanating, you know, positive energy and stuff like that, and confidence and just being cool and collected and confident, some people are going to get offended by that, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to have issues with you and your energy. So they're subtly going to like try to pull you down and rip you down, you know, whether it's like a direct message from them and they say some shit to you, some disrespectful shit to you, or they, you know, try to play those like subtle mind games to where they're like being condescending and saying sideways shit to where like they're saying it, but they're just like sneaking it in there, you know, to the point where it's like it's not as obvious to where you can actually call them out, but you know that they're doing it. And that's just like, that shit is crazy to me, bro.
Yeah, that's how this bizarre world works, man. When there's people out there that's operating on a low vibrational frequency or energy vampires, and they see someone who is confident and has a peace of mind and comfortable in their own skin, it rattles the demons inside of them, bro. So they try to pull you down to their frequency on some disgusting shit, you know. And it's all, you know, it's all spiritual, bro. And there's a lot of people out there who are not comfortable in their own skin and don't have a peace of mind. So it's like when they come across a person who is comfortable in their skin, it bothers them on some weird shit, bro.
Yeah, it's like some jealousy.
Yeah, that shit is weird.
Subconsciously, yeah.
Definitely weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, we shouldn't do that out here. You know, we should like, but that's how it is. You know, that's how it is in this place we live in, bro. We just have to make sure we operate accordingly and protect our energy.
Exactly, bro.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
All right, man. So, I think we got time for one more topic here.
Yeah, let's do one more.
All right. So, the next topic here is actually, it's about what happens on your spiritual journey, you know, when you decide to start putting God first and you start operating in the spirit. The title is actually called Everybody Can't Come With. And, you know, basically saying, you know, some people just can't come with you, you know, along for the ride because of different reasons and stuff like that. But I just wanted to hear, you know, what you had to say about that, bro.
Everybody can't come with because everybody doesn't put God first. As soon as they see you start to put God first, it rattles their demons on the inside because they start to feel some type of way because they know that they're out here doing deceitful shit. So it's like when you are speaking on God, they're out here doing degenerate stuff, it's gonna make them feel weird. So they'll get ghost on you, you know, and yeah, they'll get ghost on you and try to slander your name, and that's okay. Because this is not meant for them to come along with you on a spiritual journey anyway, because they don't even know who they are as a person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you know who you are as a person because you put God first, you know? And it seems like people who don't put the Heavenly Father first, person, you know, and those people who are like that, they just can't come with you, you know? They'll, you know, when God comes, he'll make sure he takes the people that put God first, and the people who are doing degenerate activity are just gonna burn. You feel me?
Yeah.
Everybody can't go.
Right, bro. And that's why I post, you know, only really social media that I do at this point is I post stories on my Instagram, and I try to post, you know, a lot of God-related stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really who I am, and that's what I'm about. And I feel like my old version of myself would have had trouble doing that because I would have been like, oh, what about these people that don't believe in God? You know, that's a sensitive subject, and they're going to think I'm weird and all this stuff. And, you know, now I don't care. You know, now God's got me to a point where this is just what it is, and this is the path that I know I need to take in my life. So if people get offended and they think I'm weird, so be it. You know, that's a good thing, you know, because I need to find out what people can come with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to waste any more time dealing with, you know, these people that are essentially wasting time and space, in your life, because as soon as you put God first and you realize that you're part of children of God and you're a chosen one and all this stuff, you're here to, be a light worker and do all this stuff and try to help people in, whatever way you can. It becomes like a big mission, bro, and it kind of gets lonely, you know what I'm saying? And you can't, we can't go back to, you really can't go back to that old version of yourself. I mean, it's almost like, once you drink the Kool-Aid, it's over. You know what I mean? So now once you have all this information, it's very hard to go back. So it's important for us to find out who's down for the ride and who is, you know what I mean? It's almost good if someone exposes themselves. I mention it to you a lot, when people, I just run it by you, when I find people that expose themselves, because I need some confirmation from another brother in God, you know what I'm saying? So you can let me know that, like, yeah, they definitely expose themselves. So now I can, act accordingly.
Yeah. Yeah, and the way I see it, when people expose themselves, that's just protection from God. When people expose themselves or, remove themselves out of your life, that is protection for you, because they're putting off, negative energy that doesn't belong in life,
Right.
Putting out bad energy and it doesn't match your vibrational frequency, so it gets separated because it's not meant to be.
Absolutely, and that's what we need. It's definitely, it goes back to the first topic of the night. When we talked about the heartbreaking aspect of it. It's definitely painful. When we have to cut these people off, because sometimes it can be close friends, family members, best friends, people that you've been really close to your whole life. But the reason maybe you were close to these people that aren't serving you now is because you were lost at that point too, and that person is still lost. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to be close with a lot of the same people that you used to be close with. It's a whole new life, like we talked about earlier as well. And it's up to us to find new people to kind of vibe with and connect with and grow with spiritually, because they basically say, what's that thing they say, like, you reflect, like, the close people that you keep in your life, it's kind of a reflection of who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of how that works. You got to keep people around that inspire you, and people that you, like, admire and want to be like, and people that are on the same frequency as you spiritually.
Yep, absolutely, man. Way to be more of an understanding and not any degeneracy going on and trying to use one another and all this backstabbing shit. It's more understanding when you're around spiritual who put God first, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I come to realize. If they don't put God first, they can't come around, because it'll just be weird.
Yeah, it gets weird.
Very strange, and it just, I can't put up with that. You have to put the Heavenly Father first, and read the word, the Bible. It's just gonna be weird for me. I just can't relate. My life
exactly.
My life is different now.
Alrighty, bro. Well, we can wrap this one up, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everything that you had to say, bro. And shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now and still listening to us on this episode. Much love, you know what I mean? And we appreciate everybody for the comments and the feedback and all the love. And it's just a blessing to be able to make these episodes,
Facts, bro. I'm just grateful to be here and doing this. This makes me feel good, operating in the spirit, making this podcast, You know, being your homie, bro. You know, I'm just grateful for the friendship and partnership we got, man. You know, it's all about the grace of God, bro. And much love to all the listeners out there coming from SpiritWar Martin as well. You know, just grateful for you guys riding with us on this journey and listening to the podcast. You know, it's crazy as hell about here in this place we live in, bro. But we gotta stay strong. Love.
Much love, man. All right, y'all. This has been the Unchained podcast, episode 49. And yeah, we will see y'all later. Martin, I'll be talking to you, bro.
All right, bro. Sounds good. Take it easy, bro.
All right, you too.